Okay. You ready?
I am.
Welcome back. Episode 9.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We are here.
And we're so happy you are here.
And we're so happy to be here.
Welcome back to EU Sports. I'm here with the gorgeous, the talented, the humorous Caitlin Rios, everybody.
Yeah, baby. And I'm here with the tall blonde baddie who likes to read books.
Oh, that's me, I think.
Her name is Spencer. If you were wondering.
I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she's talking about me.
Literally anyone else. Any other blonde?
Anyone? Bueller?
Bueller?
Welcome back, Caitlin.
Here we are together.
Still in Denver, baby.
Still in Denver, baby. Having the time of our lives.
And by the time you see this, I will already be with you.
Literally. This is the best day
If you're
ever.
watching this right now, I'm future us, Caitlin, Spencer, I'm so happy we're still
together.
best friends forever. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ew.
I kept thinking F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
N is for anywhere, anytime
Anyone
at all.
down here in the deep blue sea.
I was gonna try to remix it and be like,
Here in the D.
watch this.
Okay.
Here in the CO and AZ.
Oh, that was so cute.
It wasn't, was it?
No, it took me a second to realize what you said.
And AZ.
That's why you had it. Okay, anyway.
That was so good. Yay.
Caitlin, we're back to talking about one of our favorite things to exist, which is where sweaty millionaires put a ball through a hoop.
It's called the NBA, baby.
Baby, Caitlin's got her Warriors merch on. I've got a...
Denver Nuggets basketball.
If you didn't know, I love the Nuggets.
We're going to be talking about
We're gonna
the
yap.
NBA.
This is gonna be a little fun
Yes.
episode because obviously there's not much.
What?
It's an X.
This is going to be such a fun episode. I hate us. Sorry.
I like bit my tongue. I was like, there's sometimes I watch it and I'm like, oh my God, Caleb was about to say something and I didn't realize. And then you like see it on your face, like,
I'm like, nope. I try so hard. Because
go ahead.
We're
Your turn.
We're both just such like
Your
yappers.
turn.
And so you just like, you never know. Like we both like to talk.
Okay. Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine. This is going to be like such a fun episode because obviously there's not really much going on in the NBA right
There's
now.
not much
a lot of
happening.
action, but we still like to have fun and we still like to talk
Now
about it.
that the Olympics is over.
Yeah, so true.
Congratulations to Serbia on your bronze medal. And no, I am not from Serbia.
You're not?
No.
I
Kevin
thought, wait,
Durant, so
you
sorry.
you can literally only be from the place that you root for.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So I don't know what that means for me. But anyway, congratulations to USA. USA. Can I just say that I think the Olympics made me like Devin Booker?
I said the same thing. I'm not even joking. I always said before that like I hated Devin Booker.
Yeah.
No offense to Devin Booker. He was like one of my least favorite players. And it was just
Wasn't a
because
fan.
of like the attitude and ego. And I feel like
There was too much of all of it.
Yes. He felt super unlikable. Like probably back when he was like dating the Kardashian
I think
Jenner.
he still is. Kendall
He
Jenner.
is?
I don't know.
Okay. But now, like ever since he got like chosen for the Olympic team and like everything's been coming out about like him saying like, I'll do it. Like first of all,
I was just gonna say, I want to post that. So Devin Booker, someone posted something like Team USA needs, someone that will just come in and fill a role and be a role player and,
yeah,
like
that's okay and comfortable. Like just going and sitting on the corner and being ready for shots.
playing off ball and
exactly.
waiting for open looks. And he said, I'll do it. I was like, okay, period, Devin Booker.
And he did do it. And like in my humble opinion, he was like the one that everyone slept on. I just feel like he was so humble throughout the entire thing. He played his part. He was such a good role player, but like held himself like a superstar still.
Yeah,
like,
he did great.
Yes, he played so well. And
so congratulations, I like you now.
And yes, right?
I'm sure that was keeping him up at night.
He was worried
Devin,
about Caitlin and Spencer not liking him.
So you're welcome.
Yeah.
You can die in peace.
Load of anxiety off of your back, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now that the Olympics are over, though, I feel like, and you can tell me if I'm crazy, but I feel like literally nothing is happening in the NBA.
Oh,
I think like people are taking breaks.
Besides Lori is officially staying in Utah. I guess that's like the only thing.
Yep. And that was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at this point. So it's like, I feel like it's been.
Oh, yeah. At this point, like a month. By the time you'll sing this, it's been like a month ago.
I know. And it's just like, but that's what's crazy is like nothing has happened in like that long. And I feel like maybe it's because we're focusing on like the WNBA now as they finish up their season and get into their playoffs. They have like 10 games left and then they have their playoffs.
For real? Uh-huh. They have a really weird season.
They have a very short season. So like now that I think they're like focusing on like the end of the WNBA season. And so I feel like everyone's just been like relaxing after the Olympics. People are obviously working out and running their own
Yeah, you see a lot of pictures of like guys working out. Can I just say that the other day I was outside. The other day I was outside laying by the pool, and everyone who follows me knows that I literally hate to be hot and I can't stand the heat, and I would rather do anything than sit outside and try and tan. But I've been trying to keep my Hawaii color up, So I did it, and I lasted a full 25 minutes outside before I came inside.
Wow.
So impressive.
Big girl.
And then I get back inside to see that the Nuggets were all running up Red Rocks with weighted vests on. And I was like, I am a little bitch, clearly, because I lasted 25 outside with barely any clothing on. And I mean, at least guys can be totally shirtless, but no, it did not look fun.
My flag football game, it was 102 degrees during it while I played that game.
Arizona is just another word for hell.
It's so great. I love it. I love being warm.
It's so bad.
It's so good. But just since like nothing is happening, we wanted to kind of do like a super fun like little episode where we just like
some predictions.
Yes, some predictions, some like sleeper teams, some
we want to do we're going to do our dark horses.
Yeah.
I think possibly who we think is going to be like a contender that you might not put in your top two. Yep. And then, some of the guys up and coming. And then we're doing at the end superlatives, which I'm so excited for. Thank you, ChatGPT. Because Spencer this morning looked up. Yesterday we went, what the F are we going to talk about? Nothing is happening. And so I asked ChatGPT, as one does in the 25th century or whatever. What century are we in? Who frickin' knows? 21st century? I don't know. Whatever. As one does, I asked artificial intelligence, and it gave me funny superlatives, and I just kept asking more, and they were hilarious. So Caitlin and I are going to draft our players for superlatives, and y'all are going to vote on X or Twitter on who you think wins.
Yes, because we actually for the most part, we tried to do this entire episode without talking about our answers with each other, just to see who we would pick and our thoughts on that. And so a lot of this, I'm going to be hearing her picks for the first time and she's going to be hearing mine for the first time. So
we promise
you're joining in with us. Go Secrets.
And then, I guess you can put in the comments, who you would have picked. Do your own superlatives when we get there. Oh, but first we have to start out talking about other things.
Yes. Okay. And the first thing that we are going to talk about is actually who we think are going to be some breakout players. We each picked 10 NBA players.
Some of them are the same. We didn't talk about it while we made our lists, but we've seen each other's itch,
we've
so
seen a couple of things. I was gonna say we've seen a couple that we did the same, but we just want to talk about who we think is gonna have a little bit of a big breakout season, who we're gonna probably start seeing more of, who we're gonna see all over social
bigger
media.
role, bigger roles this year.
Do you want to go through yours first? I want to hear yours.
Should we just do? Yeah, well, because I didn't put mine in order.
Me neither.
The first person I did was Christian Brown.
Love.
Obviously, I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, so my first three that I even have written down are all Nuggets. I'll go through like those three then, and I'll kind of talk about them in together. But CB, Christian Brown, Julian Strother, and Peyton Watson, they again are having a much bigger role, like we were saying, with KCP gone from the Nuggets. You know, Christian Brown is going to be looking to solidify himself as a starter, so it's definitely going to be interesting. Kayla and I both talked about this earlier, and we're like, he is a dog. And at first I was like, is he a bulldog? And then I was like, he's like a little chihuahua to me because he looks so young.
Little
and
yapper.
He's like a little baby, little yapper. He's just a pest, as we like to call them. Like my major questions with him are, is he going to fulfill the like KCP 3-pointer space, which KCP, I also talked to Kayla about this earlier, did not do amazing in his 3-point percentage. Like when we got to the playoffs, like he usually does, but he's usually one of those people that has those dagger threes, and he'll miss a couple, you know, during the game. Obviously he's not Steph Curry, but he's the one that if he gets an open look on the outside, he can knock down some 3-pointers. So he's going to have a much bigger role, and it's going to be important. I think with Russell Westbrook being a facilitator, it'll help. And Russell Westbrook is another pest. I think it'll be a good kind of like defensive duo. If they get some, you know, playing time together. Julian Strother obviously did pretty good in Summer League. He started off really hot last year, and I think just as the year went on, Michael Malone, apparently he doesn't like Mike, like played him less, and then he kind of got like a little injury. So then he was like out, and then he didn't really get back into the rotation as much. And I think he started to get nervous toward the end. He didn't look as confident as he first did because he was having like insane shooting nights and went through like a 3-point influx or whatever, like when he was first going out. And I think that helped with his confidence and everything. Am I boring you?
No, I'm
And so I think he had like a little burst. And then after that, I think he had like one bad game, and it seemed like a really mental thing. His confidence never looked
young
the same.
like that.
Well, because you get pulled off. They asked him once. They made a joke. I think not a joke, but when a reporter asked him during practice, like at the beginning of the year, they're like, "Are you ever going to try a Sombor shuffle?" And he said, "That's a one-way ticket to the bench." So you could tell that was something that affected him, thinking about getting like pulled.
Yeah.
So. I'll be interested to see how he does.
It happens
again.
with the
He's
young
going to
guys.
have a much bigger role this year.
Yeah.
And then Peyton Watson, who I love, and we figured it out. I put it on the last episode, but Peyton Watson is 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan, which is insane.
That is
Him and
insane.
Michael Porter Jr., who Michael Porter Jr. is 4 inches taller, I think, have the same wingspan. So when you think about how insane that is.
Yeah, he got long arms.
He got them. That slender man. Yeah.
Long arms. Some
Long arms.
Wemby Katie arms.
So Peyton Watson went through a phase where he was knocking down 3-pointers too, and then he kind of lost it. So it's like both of those, they had like a phase where everyone's like, he makes every 3. And then, you know, they have one game that's bad, and then the 3 never looks the same again.
I need people to know. This is my really quick like side rant about that. Is that like if 3-pointers are not falling, you have to remember there are a billion other ways to score.
So many.
Stop shooting your threes. Like they get themselves pulled off the court. They get themselves benched because they keep shooting these threes, and they're having an off night, and off nights are normal.
They're
and
like
then they're trying to
forcing
force them. Yes, and then they're trying to force the threes.
Nikola Jokic, I love you so much.
Him.
What?
I was gonna say him. Yeah. His work on his threes.
Well, it's just Nikola Jokic is the king of, if I'm not making my 3, I'm going to keep shooting it till I make one, and then I'll stop. It's so funny. He's like, no, I'm gonna make it. Yep. It's like I feel like that's his like one thing where he's like, no.
Yep, he has to. And some people like they try to shoot through it, but it doesn't work for everyone. And I'm like, for guys like Peyton Watson and Julian Strother,
MPJ is one of those people that needs to shoot through it.
Yes.
Guys that they're not really like, you know, that's not their role. So
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
if
guys
we don't rely on you for the 3-pointers, you don't need to do one every possession. Chuck one up. No thanks.
Yes.
Hard pass.
Go inside.
Go.
Get yourself.
I always like, put your hands up, put the ball down, and walk away slowly.
Yeah. Walk away
when I
slowly.
see people start, I'm like, put the ball down.
That is hilarious.
It's over. Please.
It's over. Stop.
So Peyton Watson is,
I
you know,
love
a
that.
defensive force, Swatson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's one of those people that showed a ton of promise, and he played really well against Kevin Durant when we played the Suns and other, you know, really good players. He's just got that length, and he wants to be like a DPOY type player.
Yep.
So I'll be interested to see. I'm sure his minutes will increase a lot. I didn't love that he didn't really get any playing time in the playoffs.
I was like super sad about that with him and Christian Brown.
Because they just didn't get like the opportunity that you wanted them to.
Yeah.
And Peyton Watson,
I think they could have been
I think
big.
there were like a couple of his minutes that weren't the best. But I'm just saying, I think that he could have gotten like a few more minutes.
Couple more opportunities.
But
at
I'm not a
least.
head coach. So yeah. Those are my first three, all my nuggies. And then I have Brandon Miller from the Hornets, who
Oh, I like that pick.
yeah, Brandon Miller he's so funny because he's so obsessed with Paul George. Same, Brandon.
Literally same.
Literally me too. And it's like a bit at this point. Like in his interviews, he just always talks about PG, and he models his game after him. And I mean, everyone has like loved him around the league, and like he gets compared to PG and KD. And I think with LaMelo back, it's gonna help him obviously a lot. Like he thrived as an off-ball player last year in his rookie season. He was so amazing. And so I think he'll have like an offensive just explosion, having, you know, LaMelo like to find him open looks on the perimeter.
Correct.
And he'll be able to knock down those shots. Yeah. So we love, laugh.
He's a
Brandon
good
Miller.
choice. I like him.
Brandon Miller. And then I have Şengün, which obviously he had a great season last year. Him and Jalen Green did really well for the Rockets. And I know I had Rockets like at the very bottom of my Western Conference standings, but they're just so, like the Western Conference is so stacked. So everyone calls Şengün Baby Jokic. He looks so similar to Jokic.
You think so?
Yeah, I think in the, he's just like relentless in the rim, and in the Houston games, like it was.
I thought you meant like looks wise. I was like, what? Twins?
No, they call him Baby Jokic because of his game. You're so silly. Go on.
Awesome.
So I think he's going to have another standout season. I think, you know, he's going to be an amazing center the older he gets. So he finished third for most improved player. So I don't know if he's, you know, as much of an up and comer, because clearly he had a great season. Same with, I had Jaime Jaquez, who also had a really amazing rookie season. He's an older rookie because he did all 4 years, I think, at UCLA. Yep. So a lot of people were.
Him and Trace Jackson Davis, I think, were the two oldest.
Yeah, and so they were like,
drafted.
well, he's like an old rookie. Okay, but it's still a very vast jump from college to NBA.
Just like Bo Nix, baby. Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like the more experience you have, I don't think it sets you up for failure in the NBA. All it does is give you more reps and.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I think they were saying that it didn't matter that he played like really well as much, or it wasn't as impressive because he did 4 years in college and is older.
That's what I'm saying is like. God.
And I'm like, what does that have to do with playing? NBA and college are vastly different entities. So, you know, he's great on both ends of the floor. He plays well off ball. He's a really good cutter. He's like one of those people that hangs out in the dunker spot, and he's really good at relocating like behind the defense, in my opinion. So I'm sure he'll just. Some people like they just keep, you know, climbing and climbing.
He's like one of those guys too that I feel like has like just like so much like hustle and grit in him. Like he works so hard, and like he'll be the one to. Have you seen that picture of him diving and he's fully horizontal? To
Sure
the ground?
haven't.
Okay, it's like he's like this far off the ground, body fully planked to save a ball, and he got it.
I love guys like that.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Like he works hard, and and when you're on a team with Jimmy
never
Butler,
never gives up.
Yes, when you're on a team with Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry and Bam Adebayo, like you have.
Kyle Lowry's not with them anymore.
Fuck, that's what.
Yeah, he went to the 76ers.
I know, I was
That's
thinking
weird.
That is
I
weird.
just see him on the Heat. I don't know.
I don't like that.
No.
Ew. Okay, well, Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, when you have those guys, and even like Tyler Hero, like you're gonna have guys that like have that grit and
oh yeah, that was one of, I don't know why I took that off my notes. Is because Tyler Hero ended up like getting injured or whatever happened. Something happened
at
to
the
him.
end of the season.
Yeah, at the end of the season. So Jaime got a lot of reps, you know, and he got a lot more touches and, you know, got more experience. And so I think he just proved that he deserved to be in the game.
Yes, he was not
your head in the game.
detrimental to a game, and that's a big thing.
And got a lot of experience.
Yes, tons.
And so I think I'm my like prediction, I would say, is I think he might end up as the Heat's like third most important player this year. Like behind,
I think I put that too. I think that I put him as like their number 3.
Behind Bam and Jimmy Butler. I mean, Jimmy Butler is also getting geriatric. That's like the theme of this in our NFL episode.
So many
Which makes me so sad, but I don't want to get into it because I'll cry. I love Jimmy Butler. Anyway, and then I have Gigi Jackson, who I love because everyone knows that
He's
my secretly second favorite team, don't hate me, is one of the youngest in the league. He's a baby. He's 20. And so his rookie season, he was 19. And I think he is just going to be incredible having all the guys, Ja Morant back. And, as a rookie, he averaged 15 points a game and shot 36% from 3 with 6 attempts a game.
I love that.
And he is similar to Peyton Watson. He's 6'8", with a 7-foot wingspan.
Wow.
So yeah, they got them long arms, baby. They got them hands.
And I over here have little,
so he
little
has
nub arms.
He has all the physical tools, I think, to like be a real problem offensively in the future.
I agree.
And since Memphis is going to have kind of Ja Morant back, they've got Zach Edey.
Yep.
They have a ton of talent. They have like a very good roster.
That is so true. And a lot of people too about Gigi Jackson. Like I was telling Spencer earlier, so many of the players, like just like the vet players around the league when they played Gigi Jackson, just because obviously Memphis, I called them the G League Grizzlies last year because they just had so many injuries and so many guys out. Ja Morant was suspended and
it was rough.
Yeah, and so they had like a lot of guys coming from, up from the G League or really young guys playing a lot of minutes. And a lot of vets had really good things to say about Gigi Jackson and just said that like he was like hard to play against. Like he was good competition. And this last year he was 19, like if he just turned 20 last year when they were playing him, he's like this little 19-year-old kid, giving LeBron James a hard time, giving Kevin Durant a hard time. Like they all spoke so highly of him. So I think that speaks volumes.
Oh yeah. And the usual problem with like pumping up a guy and talking really highly of them when they're on a terrible team is that they really only know how to play on ball and
That's true.
And only contribute offensively. And then when they get better players around them, then their impact for the game and production goes down because they don't know how to do anything off ball. So I think that the good news about Gigi is that he's already a really good off ball player. So he was solid like as a spot up option, both as a shooter and like attacking closeout and like at the rim. So I think his combination of size and like his body control lets him like overwhelm the smaller players, especially because he may be a little shorter, but he does have that 7-foot wingspan, which is a problem.
Especially when you're going to be a rim defender.
Yeah, so it lets him overwhelm like those smaller players at the rim and then slither around those large rim protectors, those Rudies and those Wembies. Not really. There's no one getting around Wemby, but some of the other guys. And so my last 3, Derek Lively, which I think you and I both love.
Yes, I actually put Derek Lively as one. Oh, no, I took him off of mine because I have him. Never mind.
I love Derek.
I'm so silly. I do too.
Yeah. So he was amazing, like outstanding. And I told Kevin I didn't even know he was 7 foot. So I love Derek Lively. He had like a super efficient regular season and obviously an amazing playoff run for a rookie and amazing experience as a freshman to be in the NBA finals and impacting the game. He is an insane rebounder. I listen.
I love him.
My like sidebar, I really hate when I think everyone should be getting 10 rebounds a game. I understand that some rebounds like go off the rim weird. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking, why are you not fighting at the rim every single? That seems like
my biggest pet peeve. Why are you not crashing the boards after a shot? You don't make every shot. I don't care how good you are. If you're Steph Curry, you still need to be crashing the boards unless you know that it's going in. But
it just seems like the most absurd thing to just stand there, like, because that's the easiest job every game. It's the same thing how I feel about like some people in defense. Like just put your arms up if you're that tall. I don't know. Anything. So
Yeah, literally anything.
It's things that are so easy in my brain. And I'm like, there's no way no one's told you this. So I hate bad rebounders. So, yeah, he has the capability to be like an amazing defender, being 7'1" and overall, player down the line.
Yes. And just such a hard worker too. Someone that's like willing to do whatever they need him to do to impact the game.
Yeah, and he's like a really like mobile defender with his like length and his athleticism. I just think I think he's, at first I saw him, I was like, oh, he's scrawny, but I'm like, no, he is like athletic.
He's one of those guys that I can see bulking up a little bit and being like scary.
Oh,
like
scary
so
big.
Good, yeah.
You and Chet should work on that. You guys should lift some weights.
Stop.
But I think he like averaged almost a double or at least he
was
averaged
close.
at least 10 rebounds because I remember because I would bet on it.
Yeah.
And,
he was amazing.
he always made me money. So thanks, Derek Lively. Love you.
We love you.
And then my last two are Andrew Nemhard and Keontae George. And we've talked about
both of those are good
You
choices.
didn't have those?
No, those were such good ones.
Thanks.
I love.
So Andrew Nemhard obviously had like an amazing Eastern Conference Finals, and he didn't have the best regular season, but I think he is going to. I really like him on the Pacers, and I think he'll likely have a bigger role this upcoming season. After he did so well and proved that he can play in those tough situations. So I'm hoping for that he'll be one of those people that's like a most improved. Throughout the regular season this next year.
Yeah.
And, I think Tyrese Halliburton is he had, a pretty good year. So I think having people like him, really good players around, will be good. Because I think he either finished his third season now or is going into his third season. I think he's
going into his third season.
Yeah.
And he just got that fat contract extension.
Yeah, we didn't know that. And then my last guy is Keontae George. He was NBA All-Rookie second team. His biggest problem was just His biggest problem was efficiency. But the Jazz are like in the midst of a rebuild, and if everyone's assuming that Sexton and Clarkson are probably going to go somewhere, be shipped off, he's likely again gonna have a bigger role. So
pretty much.
Jesus,
bless you, ma'am.
Thanks. So yeah, I think
those are good ones. You had a lot of those that I didn't expect.
Thanks. I lived to shock, and
you did. You did great. Okay.
Exceed expectations.
Some of mine are you're gonna probably roll your eyes at, but I have a reason. Okay.
Is my eye gonna twitch?
Yes. Let me start with number 1, Jordan Poole. Go ahead. Okay. So let me talk about this. Mm-hmm. The reason that I think that is because everyone talks about 2022 Jordan Poole. Okay. He came in when everyone was injured, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And he had a gigantic impact on a championship team, a championship winning team.
Before he got punched in the face by Draymond Green, or after?
It was before. After he got punched in the face,
just wondering.
The team chemistry was broken. So then they did that.
That's weird.
Yeah, right? Crazy.
You don't want to be besties after I punch you in the face?
No, not me.
That's weird.
So the reason I picked him was because he obviously had that really crappy season after getting punched in the face. His name was, I'm so serious too.
I assume that I also would have a really bad season if I got punched in the face by a teammate.
Especially when you're just seeing your name everywhere and it's just slander and shit talking and reminding you of a really shitty thing.
Ouch.
And so, I always say, basketball is largely a mental game as well. You can get in your own head. We do. You can get in your head, and he's one of those guys that does. So he had a good season. His last season with the Warriors, it was not great. It was not the type of effectiveness that he was for the Warriors during their championship run. So he played much more of a role rather than being the second best player on the team. And then he comes to the Wizards, and he's a fantastic point guard. Some of the best games I've ever watched him play are the games where he has more assists than he does points, or less than
good
20
facilitator.
Points. Yes, he's fantastic. He can be smart. He can be such a
He can show that he has a high basketball
yes,
IQ.
Exactly. And he really does it. He's such a hard worker, and he's someone that coaches and staff members always say that they see him behind the scenes working really hard with the young guys, trying to get them better.
That.
Me too. Yep, trying to get them better, and that he's
it just shows selflessness and a desire for the team as a whole to improve.
Exactly. And the thing that I like about him too is that he doesn't settle for these bad seasons. His coaches on the Wizards and the team and everything like that, they were all saying that he was the first one in and the last one out every single day. He was always like at the gym, 6 a.m., gone at midnight. Like he was there all the time, like putting in reps, shooting thousands of shots. And like they just speak so highly of him and who he is as like a person and a player. And I just think that now that Tyus Jones is off of the Wizards and Jordan Poole is their point guard as far as we know right now, I think we're going to see point guard Jordan Poole. And not Jordan Poole, who doesn't really have a role, and Jordan Poole, who doesn't know
what's
happening. Because when the Wizards got their interim head coach, who's now their actual head coach, towards the end of last season, he made such a big leap when they decided to put him on the bench. Am I boring you?
I was waiting.
Oh my God, shut up. But yeah, like they just, we're just sleepy girls, okay?
Sorry. I was like, oh no, it's coming.
It's been a long life.
Like right while you're staring at me, I'm like, gosh, shit.
I love it. You did make painful eye contact with me, like you were trying so hard. So I just think that with him being able to actually lead a team and him being the facilitator and him getting to be a leader, because he acts like a leader off the court. And so him getting the opportunity to be that leader on the court with a lot of really young guys, I think that we're going to see the comeback of Jordan Poole.
Okay, slay queen.
That's my 2 cents. Bookmark it, write it down, come back to this in
screenshot
1 year.
it, tweet it, delete it.
Because it's going to happen. I believe in that man. Okay, next is going to be Jonathan Kuminga for me.
Okay.
He had a really great season for the Warriors last season. Everyone kept saying, thank you. Everyone kept saying that like he can't be like their second best scorer, but I kind of disagree with that. I think that he can be. He's an incredibly athletic
y'all's
guy.
opinion.
Straight up. Like straight up.
Hell yeah.
Because hell yeah, brother. The only thing that like in my opinion he really needed to work on was like his maturity of the game and like refining his game. He was very reckless at times. Not a great decision maker, and everything like that. Just a little bit like too much. And I think like once he like starts to feel kind of calm and confident, it's going to be freaking scary because he told everyone at the beginning of last year, we always talk about guys who talk their shit need to back it up. He was one of those guys that was talking his shit saying that he needed to
back
be
it up,
a big part
baby.
of this. Baby. He said though, like, I need a bigger role. Like, I can do this. I can impact the game.
Yeah.
And he came out last year and he was freaking averaging like 17 points a game and like 8 rebounds a game. Had a monster season. And like, I feel like no one talked about him. And I think that that's going to piss him off even more. And then like he's going to come out this year with like
I love guys that thrive under shit talk. Like instead of they're going into like a shell and start crying and saying, why me? Why is everyone so mean to me? They're like, oh no, keep it calm. Please continue. Jamal is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, so is Brandon Pajemski.
When the Timberwolves fans were booing Jamal, I was like, oh, y'all are so silly. That was such a very, very dumb thing to do.
Him up.
Yeah, you just made the biggest mistake and you didn't even realize it.
Yeah, exactly.
They live for it.
And that's how he is. Like he's got like a very cocky confidence to him. So I think he's gonna have a monster season and show everyone why he's like an underdog or why he shouldn't be an underdog, I should say. My next one is gonna be Mikal Bridges. I think that
I love that pick.
I just think that like him on the Knicks, I think he's really going to get an opportunity to have a team that knows how he plays best. And I think that they're going to use him to the best of their ability. He has,
and chemistry is just so important. And you've played with all these guys before.
Yes, on-court and off-court chemistry. Like these guys get it. And I think that that really is so important because they know how to play with each other. And like I said, they know Mikal's strengths. They know that he doesn't have to be the number one like the Nets were trying to make him be. And so I think he kind of gets to take that pressure off and play off ball a lot more and make less of the decisions and just kind of be there to play his game. And like that's all they need from him is like play your game. You don't need to be leading a team. You don't need to be doing that. And I think just letting him play
need to be the franchise player.
Yes. And I think just letting him play basketball with guys who know how to play basketball and a fantastic team around him, I think he's going to be great.
Agreed.
I have Derek Lively too. Exact same reasoning. I'm not even going to go into it.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Yes. My next guy is going to be Jalen Green. You talked about Şengün, but Jalen Green for the
I
Rockets.
Almost put him.
Yes. Same vibes though. I mean, truly similar situation, but with him, obviously he's a shooting guard. Excuse me, everyone. Hello. He's a shooting guard. One thing that I really like about him is that he is healthy and he plays a lot. He played all 82 games and averaged almost 32 minutes per 82 games. Like,
that's wild.
Yes, that's a lot of work.
How fresh and non-geriatric of you, Jalen Green.
Totally, yes. And I wrote down a stats here because I'm like, I just feel like people like knew about him, but we don't really talk about him that much. But 19.6 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game. He's a really good perimeter defender. He is an athlete. He's a hard worker. And I just think that as the Houston Rockets keep this little core that they have together and as they continue to grow, like I said, I don't think they're going to be great next season. Everyone is weird about that with
You need
me.
more than like 2 good players.
Yes, and like we
like
talked about
2.5.
this. We talked about this. Yeah, the Western Conference is just such
stacked.
a competitive conference. Like,
So it's not even saying they're bad. I
Yeah.
just don't think they're going to be better than a lot of the Western Conference.
exactly.
I honestly kind of I still don't know if maybe they'll be last. I think the Trailblazers might start sinking again after, yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah. What?
What are you talking? I don't even know.
So you guys can be happy. We'll bump them up. I'll bump them up one.
Okay, love this. Yes.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so I think he's gonna be super great. I think that he's gonna come out even more. Obviously, you have Fred VanVleet and everything like that on your team. And
Oh, I always forget about him.
yeah,
He's one of those people who has like really amazing like stretches and
then he's
really
just kinda
bad
forgettable.
stretches.
Yeah. You're gonna roll your eyes at this one because I don't know if it's really a breakout person, but I think I'll explain. Okay, the person that I'm talking about is Jalen Williams from OKC.
Why would I roll my eyes?
Well, because I don't know, like I feel like he was already so good last year.
Oh, okay.
And everything
Yeah.
like that it's like really like he's not really gonna have a breakout season. But in my opinion, the way that I see SGA and J-Dub is almost like a mirror of the way that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum currently are.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
you're gonna have people. I think you're gonna have people
Oh, you
arguing.
think he's gonna be that good?
Yes, he's already almost that good. I don't know if like you've seen his stats, but like
He wasn't paying enough attention.
no, he's
because
like,
of like you have Shay and Chet and stuff.
yeah, exactly. But like that's kind of why I think that he is going to be like next to Shay. I just think that like you're gonna have people.
Can't stand Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so I love Colorado boys, and he's a Denver dude, so I'm
And
here for
J-Dub,
it.
he's just so
I hope
funny.
I honestly. I used to be so attracted to Jason Tatum. I thought he was so cute. And then like he started to get on my nerves because I feel like he does think he's number one and no one can touch him. But I truly do think Jaylen Brown is kind of better than Jason Tatum. So I hope this is a similar situation. So I kind of like started laughing when like Jaylen Brown got finals MVP and
Yes.
everyone was giving him all the attention.
That's
and, like,
why-
Jason looked so bitter.
I'm so sorry to all my Celtics fans.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Don't watch this part, Ryan. Just
Did you see
turn on your blender.
his tattoo?
No, what does this say?
Jason Tatum got a tattoo of his All-Star MVP trophy, of him holding it up on his arm.
Of himself on his arm?
His arms, his hands holding up the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP trophy. Because that's the only one that he won. It's the only trophy.
That's so lame. That's like
Everyone-
loser status.
Everyone was like, "Are you asking to get
We
hated
did
on? Are you asking to get
I was
hated
dying
on?"
when Derek Lively made that joke on, and all the Celtics fans were like, "You wish you had it," and I was like, "No, he was literally just poking fun. Like they won. Like we know they won. It was just funny.
No
yeah,
shit.
he knows. Like, he thought it was funny because that was very corny.
It is corny.
Anyway, back to the point. I would love if Jay if the same thing happened.
I think he's gonna have a monster season.
Slay.
Legit. It's
I
his-
love
I
this.
think it's his third.
I didn't
season
roll
on
my
first
eyes, not a once.
I know. I'm so proud. Thank you. I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah,
that
me
like I
too.
did a good one. My next one is Christian Brown. Same vibes. I just
Same
think
vibes.
he's super athletic, and I just think that Russell Westbrook is going to really utilize
He
him
has
and bring out.
bunnies too. I didn't even talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. He's
CB
such an
has
athlete.
bunnies. Like he gets up.
Yes, that's Russell Westbrook to CB Law. Like
I love
lobs.
the bench reactions to him.
I'm gonna love
because it's
it.
almost like it reminds me of that one movie, White Boys Can't Jump.
Yes,
And I'm like, Christian Brown said, "White boys can't jump."
they can jump.
I want a shirt that is him like hopping in the air.
I love that. No, he like really though.
Yeah.
He's so athletic. It's
So athletic.
insane. So I think that he's going to be fantastic. Obviously, here's another one. I think Russell Westbrook is going to have a comeback year with the Nuggets.
Okay, wait. I was going to say that, but I was like, he's old. Can I say this?
Of course, because it's like a breakout.
Because I know we were doing like a lot of up and comers, so I agree. I think he's going to have a revival tour.
I do too. I think that like the last few years have not done him justice. The teams that he's been on have treated him poorly and have not given him like a good role for him to play. And I just think that like him being the vet that he is
and the facilitator for these young guys, I think it's gonna be so good, and because it's gonna help them get better off ball, which is great.
I know, and he's such a good leader, and he sets such a monster pace, and I think that that's good for those young guys that are
so
athletes.
hard too. He is a winner. Like even though he hasn't won a ring yet this year, to be continued. TBC. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
But so he was my choice. I just think that I think that Denver's going to be a place where he'll thrive because not only I think will he be loved and respected in Denver, and so like that kind of mental part of his game will be probably a little bit more calm.
I'm so happy you're saying this because this is going to validate something I'm going to say later in the show.
Okay, cool. I love. And oh my God, same. I think we have the same thing. Okay, I know what you're going to say. Anyway. So, I know. Okay, so.
What if it's not the same at all?
That was so funny. We'll find out. So then after him, love him. He's going to do great. I also put Jaime Jaquez. I just think that he's just so fantastic.
Such a good talent. Such a talent.
I had so much fun watching him. And he really is like such a young, smart, and mature player.
Because he's older.
Yes, I feel like he plays with like a lot of like calm confidence.
Yeah,
like he plays really well. He's not like super like turnover prone like a lot of rookies are, and he plays smart basketball. So I think that he'll have a fantastic season. Like I said, I think he'll be that third scorer or like that number 3 option for Miami behind Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I think that he's gonna really have a place in there.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yes, and then my last one is actually Buddy Hield.
I love him.
Yes, and I just think that he's been such a fantastic 3-point shooter literally since he got in the league a few years ago, and I just feel like he's gone so far under the radar. This is what happens when I talk about the Warriors. She's like, what? It's fine.
I was trying so hard.
I know, it's okay. So I just think that like with him being next to someone like Steph Curry and having Draymond Green too to help facilitate.
If he doesn't get, suspended for half the season again.
He's got to be smarter this year. I have please, Jesus Christ, learn your lesson. I need you on
one would think
the GD court, bro.
You and John Morant, please.
Oh my God, literally both of them. I just because there are 2 players I don't love Draymond Green as like a person because I don't like. No. I don't like all that stuff. You know me. I get scared of fights, and he fights everyone. So, I want to throw up all the time.
He literally choked a player.
Yes. Okay, but it was Rudy Gobert, though. That was my background for a while.
Yeah.
I know. I'm horrible. I'm so sorry. But
Kayla.
I know. That's like my secret mean thing.
You're looking in your room
Yes. I was so proud of myself.
No one knows.
That's funny. But he... I love his basketball play. Besides his the flagrants and the technicals and the aggression and the arguing, his general the way he plays basketball, he's a very smart basketball player.
Yeah. And very high IQ.
Yes, exactly. He's the kind of guy I would love to see be a coach one day, just because he's got such a good defensive mind.
The temper. He can't be a coach.
Well, I'm like a defensive coach, like the third assistant. He's the kind of guy that teams would be would like to hear from him about defense and about setting up an offense and things like that. I feel like he's such a good basketball IQ. And so I think having Buddy Hield next to him and Steph Curry is going to kind of bring Buddy Hield's name back out there. I think we're going to see a lot more really big 3-point shooting nights with him and Steph Curry, and I think that we're going to see him a lot more. So
I love this. Okay, before we talk about our dark horse contenders, I want to talk about we're going to make our predictions now for MVP, Rookie of the Year, DPOY, and Sixth Man of the Year.
Love.
So I am going to tell you mine first.
Okay.
Okay, so MVP, I have Luka.
Love.
I don't want Shea at all. So please, heaven forbid. But yeah, no, I think it's time, and it's going to be good now because everyone was worried about Luka over like passing Jokic for his age. So this year he can have it. My MVP will always be Nikola Jokic, and this is his prime.
Same.
So, I will always put him first, but this is if Nikola Jokic is off the table, then I'm going to put Luka. Rookie of the year, I'm going with Zach Edey.
I love that.
He was like one of the best guys in summer league, and he was just amazing in college. And he's like a sturdy dude. Like
he's huge.
You saw him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's huge.
Yeah, I watched him in the Final Four. When they were in Phoenix.
He reminds me of Jokic, like body type. I don't think anyone is moving him under the rim. Like I just don't think people are going to be able to get past him. So I'm putting him as my rookie of the year. DPOY Wemby. I mean, like, come on. I really have nothing to say if you don't agree with me. And sixth man of the year, I have Josh Hart.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So our thought was not the same.
Oh, my validating was about the Denver Nuggets. That's why I said something. That's why I was talking about the Russell Westbrook.
Perfect.
Oh, damn it.
I like that. Pick.
But yeah, Josh Hart. I
think
the Knicks are just going to be so amazing this year, and they have so many good pieces on their starters.
So
and I think I love Josh
Hart.
So I think he's going to be sixth man of the year. Because, they have, Mikal Bridges and they have all Jalen Brunson. And
that's true.
They have, like, literally so many people.
They're stacked.
So,
I love those.
Yeah.
Those are good choices.
Were you going to put Russell as sixth man of the year?
Yeah, I'll start with that.
Stop. Okay, now I was like, what? Where were you going with this?
No, that's actually exactly what I have for sixth man of the year is Russell Westbrook. Like I said, I think that he'll fall right into place with the Nuggets. I think that he's just going to be so great.
Wait, I hope that's true though. I'm not gonna lie. I would literally love for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just think that like Nikola Jokic speaks so highly of him and loves him so much, and I think that what Nikola Jokic wants, Nikola Jokic gets. And I think that he'll really make sure that like Russell Westbrook thrives fits in his position.
I believe that Jokic makes everyone around him look amazing. I mean, they always joke about people on the Nuggets being like Jokic merchants, but Jokic truly makes anyone look good. So.
Yeah, I always say that like that's for me like one of the things with MVPs and everything like that. Like when I choose like who I want to be MVP.
Yeah, it's not the person that scores 30 a game. To me, it's who impacts the game the most.
I agree. Who is truly the most valuable
if you
player
took them
to your
out,
team.
that there's no way that team is winning.
Yeah, and that's like the way that I think about that is like when Nikola Jokic is on the floor, I truly believe that he makes all of his teammates better. I think he makes them play their best basketball, and I think that that's just who he is as a teammate and a leader. And so that's why I think like I've liked him as MVP all these years, and why with you, he'll always be my MVP. Like I really think that he is
4-time MVP.
Yeah,
that would be a first, right?
Yeah,
they'll never let that happen.
No,
Dang. They'll never let that happen.
I know. It's like I said, they're gonna get.
They would only let that happen if he does like if he literally has a triple double every single game.
Yeah,
pretty much
averages a triple double or something. Yeah, him and Russell Westbrook gonna be fighting for that. For my MVP, I know that you're gonna hate this. I picked SGA. I don't think that I don't want him to be MVP. Like I said,
it's just your prediction.
It's my prediction of who's gonna be MVP.
Fair.
And I think with them having been the first seed all last season and with the pieces that they added, I think that people are gonna vote best player on the best team, quote unquote. And I think that that's probably gonna be him.
Yeah. Unless J-Dub overtakes him, which will be hell.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is like I think that he'll come out strong. So good. Yep. DPOY, I also put Wemby. I just like when you're averaging 4 blocks a game and 2 steals a game. I don't know what else to tell you. Like he's incredible. And for my rookie of the year, I actually I went a little crazy with this one. I picked Bub Carrington for the Wizards.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason that I picked him was because, like, first of all, Alex Sarr.
Because no one else will think that at all? Okay.
Well, probably. So Alex Sarr, not that I don't think that he's going to be fantastic, because I'm not really worried about him. Because of his summer league play. He didn't play super great during summer league. He definitely played like a rookie. He had a lot of mistakes, and a lot of people were really worried about him just because he was super inefficient in his scoring and blah, blah, blah. So, but I think during the season he'll be fantastic. But Bub Carrington was like such such an under the radar guy that like came out and he really showed up. Like for summer league, he averaged 15.8 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game. And he was a fantastic defender. They all say that he worked really, really hard and he just like, he kind of fit into everything. He played really confident. Go ahead, honey bun.
You saw it?
Yes.
I did. And I actually like swallowed it basically.
I saw. I'm very impressed.
The battle of Spencer. I love how this is because I made fun of you once.
Yeah.
And now I've done it like 3 times.
Truly. So he's my pick for Rookie of the Year. I think that he's going to be someone, I think that he could actually start for the Wizards eventually.
Okay.
I think that he'll be starting shooting guard maybe next to Jordan Poole while Jordan Poole
sucks, so they can.
It could
start
happen.
him.
Yes, they've gotten a few like more veteran pieces, though, like Malcolm Brogdon and Valanciunas and stuff like that. So that's my pick. I think that's my like sleeper pick. Like I think.
So I love that. We love sleeper picks.
Like, he reminds me a lot of not in like play style, but just in general of like situation of like Brandon Pajemski. Because Brandon Pajemski was, you know, like freaking 17th pick or whatever he was. No one really cared.
His face scares me.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for apologizing.
You're welcome. But like he's someone that like people didn't really think about, and then he comes out and has like a monster effective rookie season and everything like that. And I just think that like that's how Bub's gonna be. Is like he's the kind of guy that like wants to prove himself and is good enough to prove himself. And I think he'll have that confidence and be able to come out there and kind of be a badass.
You go, bub.
Go, bub. Go, baby, bub.
So moving on from our predictions, I'm excited to see how that ends up. And again, another thing you can put in the comments if you want to share.
Tell us yours.
Tell us more. Now I want to get into Kayla and I want to talk about dark horse teams. And we each chose a dark horse contender, basically who we think might be in the championship that you wouldn't. Like the obvious pick I would say right now I'm assuming people think is of course Celtics, but I'm assuming most people are going to have either the Wolves or
Mavs.
Either Mavs or Thunder.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know. And then we wanted to do a dark horse for the regular season. Just who is going to do much better.
Which team is going to do
Which
better.
team is going to do better than you might suspect. So this is my prediction. I'm putting it out there into the universe because I think
go, baby.
Is the Nuggets, because I'm such an asshole and I have to talk about the Nuggets.
I love it because like I'm so the same way. I'm like the Warriors are so gonna be good.
Is the Denver Nuggets in, and this is gonna shock the world. The 76ers. I think I
put the same thing.
Oh, no way. Mm-hmm. So we were on the same page. Mm-hmm. Did you, wait, you put the 76ers, but who'd you put for the West? Mavs? The Warriors. We're so annoying. I think this is the 76ers' best shot. So that is why I have them. And this literally is only if Joel Embiid actually maintains to be healthy, which I don't know because he played in the Olympics, obviously. So but they just got.
Can I say something about that with like Joel Embiid and his health? Is like that's actually part of the reason that I picked the 76ers and everything like that for like the contenders this year, like the possible contenders, is because I think that they finally have enough help that if Joel Embiid is not there, it's not as detrimental. So I think that's why I say I think that this is their best shot to go past the first round. Yes,
like
I agree.
The PG.
Yabusele.
They got Yabusele. Everyone's like so mean to me. I was like, I wanted the Denver to get him. They're like, he's not going to do anything in the actual NBA. I was like, shut up. He was amazing in the Olympics.
Yes, you don't. Why? I don't.
So
haters.
Oh, I'm so sick of you. At haters, so sick of you. They just have so many people with, Eric Gordon, Andre Drummond. So they actually have a legit backup for Embiid, which they desperately need. So maybe Embiid can rest and be healthy. Like, who knows? But I think this is their like best shot.
I do
Tyrese
too.
Maxey, the like young guys. And it does kind of annoy me because I don't think that Joel Embiid, it just annoys me that he's compared to Jokic because if you need that much help, like you're not the same as Jokic because Jokic would never. But yeah, so I think it's the best shot and I think it would be an insane playoffs if it was the 76ers versus Denver Nuggets. Like, it would just be insane.
That would
and
be crazy.
It would feel so amazing to me if Russell Westbrook, that's why I was saying you validated me, because if, sixth man of the year, and if he has a breakout season, then I think that we can't. And if Christian Brown, this is like all the moving pieces have to work, I guess. So this is like my whiteboard. This is my whiteboard with like all my like pins and string. And I'm like, if Julian Strother gets his second ring, if Julian Strother gets as good as I think he is, if Peyton Watson becomes the second in line for DPOY, if Russell Westbrook is basically in line for an MVP award, who knows? So I'm very silly, and I think it would be a really sick championship to have that, and it would be awesome because that means that Joel Embiid would actually have to play in Denver, which the man has not done since before COVID was even in existence.
True.
So
that's so true.
Yeah, I think
the
it could be insane.
76ers too for my contenders. I
think this is like their one shot.
Yes, I just think that like with getting Paul George and now having Andre Drummond and having Tyrese Maxey in his athletic prime, and you have all these pieces. You get Yabusele. I mean, he'll be great on the bench. You just have so many pieces to really make a dent this year that like if Joel Embiid does have to miss 30 games or whatever it may be, like they can still contend. They can still fight for that championship and stuff. So that was my pick for them. Yay. I did pick Warriors for contenders. And again,
Kayla and I are just so obnoxious.
We are. Look, we're delusional. We love our teams and stuff like that. I feel the same way like about the Nuggets too. Like I still like am telling people like the Nuggets are like number 3 and people are like the Nuggets are like 6. I'm like, no.
No. Who said that?
Just random people on like the timeline and stuff like that. Randos. But they're wrong.
I'll find you.
Yeah.
I will literally
Any
find
team
you.
with Nikola Jokic.
How about that? Yeah. I will literally be like open your door and see who's outside right now.
Literally.
It's me.
But like
How
with
dare
them, it's kind of like the same thing. It's like the way that like we both feel too, like about the Nuggets. Any team with Nikola Jokic, I think has a shot.
Yeah.
Any team with Steph Curry, I think has a shot. You have Steph Curry, and I think finally getting some vets around him again and everything like that. Like some people that can probably give you consistent minutes every single night and keep a lead whenever Steph has to sit for whatever 2 minutes a quarter that he does. I think that I just think that they actually have a shot having all the pieces that they do.
Yay.
I know. You're like,
Slay.
It's fine. I love Steph Curry.
I love Steph Curry too. So I'm going to give you who I think, and of course, like I had to be realistic. So I wasn't going to do a team that I originally thought was a 15 seed. And I'm like, no, they're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I put the Magic.
Me too. We're so cute.
I think a lot of people were making fun of me. They were saying like, because I think I put the Magic above the Bucks in my predictions for standings, and I think people were telling me I was delusional. But they have so many. Like Paolo Banchero had an amazing season. Him, Jalen Suggs. You have KCP
He's gonna
now.
be so good.
Like their defense, their defensive backcourt is like nuts.
Truly.
So I just think they have like a lot of amazing pieces, and you have the Wagners still. They. Like Jonathan Isaac, like they just re-signed everybody and somehow gained a bunch of people too.
Yeah,
it's very weird. So they have like it feels like their roster is like 30 deep, but it's not.
Yes, I was gonna say the Orlando Magic are actually like such a homegrown team for the most part. They drafted a lot of their players. And that's, I think, why they have so much cap space and why they're able to sign all those extra people too, is because they have a lot of guys on young rookie contracts or young, like their first contracts with them. So they're like a lot cheaper, but they've all like really just played so well together. Yeah. And because they've built from the ground up, literally, first of all, you have to root for teams like that. I love when people like build. And that's actually one of the things that I ended up loving about the Warriors way back when I started liking them, was that like you have Clay, Draymond, and Steph Curry, and these are 3 guys that are drafted with them, and Kevon Looney, and you have all these guys getting drafted that
Same
they've kept.
The Nuggets.
Exactly, yes, exactly. And it's just like you have these guys that are like getting drafted and growing with this team, and so I love that for the Magic, and I think that's why they work so well together, is because they started the league together and they've continued and grown. And so I think that they're gonna be even better than they were last year.
I agree. And then my next one, is Memphis Grizzlies, because I put them very high and people, again, were being mean to me about it. Ja Morant. if I haven't talked about him enough, is amazing. And the team just really seems to fall into place when he's playing. And again, I talk about Gigi Jackson. I think he's going to have a large leap with John Morant back. But they have like so many guys. You know, you have Zach Edey, and again, who I put. So again, if all goes according to my plan, and Zach Edey is Rookie of the Year, and Gigi Jackson makes this huge jump, then I think they will have an amazing regular season. Because again, when the 2022 to 2023 season, the Grizzlies were second in the standings. So Zach Edey, they've got Desmond Bane, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. I think they've got a lot of good. They have a really good roster, in my opinion. So that's my choice.
I love that. I think that's a really good choice. I think that's probably like the obvious choice that I didn't even think of. Like it wasn't even one that I thought of, but it really is. Like when John Morant comes back and with Zach Edey, like they become like a whole new team.
Yeah.
And for me, mine is the same thing that we've talked about before. Mine is the Blazers, but I only have them going up from 15 to 10. Again, I just think they are going to be better.
Even if they lose, when they lose Jeremy Grant, which they 99.
They could, yeah. And if they do that sucks. Yes, I do, because without Jeremy Grant, they still have Rob Williams. And with Rob Williams healthy, he's going to be a fantastic center for them. Yeah, that's true. And they do have DeAndre Ayton, who's like a decent vet. He's not a great player, but then they also...
I'm walking with you.
They got Donovan Clingan. They've gotten like a lot of good pieces, and I feel like Scoot Henderson can finally breathe. I know. I feel like he can like finally breathe and just play basketball. I never understood my parents do that. Like truly.
That's so fucked up of your parents.
Truly.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. It's like Bucky.
That's immediately what I thought.
Bucky. Yeah. So they're my pick. I just think that they're going to be better than they were this past year. I think that they got, I love it. That's great. I think that they like got the pieces that they need to just at least make a little bit of a leap. They were 15th, okay? Like I think that they're gonna go up a little bit.
Yeah, we love.
Yeah.
Speaking of love, we're gonna talk about our most loved players.
And let's talk about how Spencer needed an extra 2. We were gonna do our top 3 most loved.
And I had to add 2 because
she was like, can we do 5? And I was like, I love this. Yes.
And like, to be fair, I think we agreed on this that, we took out like our favorite teams out of it. Yeah. Because if I just did my most love and the Nuggets were involved, it would be like all Nuggets.
Mine literally, I had to cross off Nikola Jokic and Steph Curry. And when she told me 5, I was going to put like Aaron Gordon. Like
exactly. Mine literally would have been,
Klay Thompson.
So without them, I have Kawhi Leonard, which I think a lot of people don't actually know. I like love Kawhi, and I think he's like a randomly very humorous individual. A lot of mine are even like just personalities.
Me too. That's what I was going to say. Is I love people based off personalities.
And
that's like
Katie would have been on this list. And then again, Kevin Durant called us lames. So
Katie,
you got knocked off. And I know you're going to I hope this keeps you up at night because Spencer Hayes knocked you off her top 5 most loved. Yeah, I know that's really going to hurt. So ouch. Yeah, boo. Tomato.
So
then I have,
makes me laugh.
Then I have Jimmy Butler because I think Jimmy Butler is the most hilarious individual. I love emo Jimmy. He commits to the bit.
Oh my gosh, the hair a couple years ago.
The hair last season.
I know, the emo Jimmy.
There's nothing funnier than when they would have their little things on ESPN and they have to use that
Jimmy.
Picture. And then he did the music video as emo Jimmy. So incredible. I freaking love Jimmy Butler. Like he's such a troll. And then didn't he post "Don't let us get one" when the Heat got 1 win against the Celtics? Yeah, he wasn't even playing. Like he's such a troll in like a fun way.
He's funny. Yes,
yeah, he's
hilarious.
Funny. And then I have John Morant. As if I don't talk about him enough, as a non-Nuggets player, I just love John Morant. He's so athletic. He's so fun to watch. He's such a fun player, even though he's kind of an idiot and gets suspended. But then I have PG. I love PG. I wanted Paul George to the Nuggets so bad, and everyone was like, "What is wrong with you?" But I've always loved Paul George. I love his game. I just think he's a funny guy too. I love watching his podcast. So again, a lot of this is personalities and Drew Holiday. I didn't forget about him, but I was like, oh my God, like I forgot how much I loved him. I loved watching him in the Olympics. I just love Drew Holiday. I think he is such a great player, and Yeah, so that's my most loved.
Okay, my most
Who
loved.
do you love besides me?
Literally you, number one, circled and starred, girly pop. Yeah, just you.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness. Okay, for me,
sorry. We did active players, by the way.
Oh yes, active player. Sorry. For me, I don't even know if this was allowed. I put Jordan Poole. Is that allowed? He's technically on my team, but like he wasn't like. I know, it was really stupid.
I'll allow it.
But I picked him literally. The reason that I fell in love with Jordan Poole was like just as a player was because I really liked his personality first. Like he was always someone that was like funny AF. Like Jordan Poole has some of the best memes and like the best faces. Like he learned from Steph Curry about like being good on social media and stuff like that. And well, it's funny because he doesn't even touch social media, but like he makes like the social media worthy faces, and he's hilarious and he's so freaking goofy, but he's also like such a good like hype person.
Yeah.
Like he's such a good, like he loves his teammates. He's a great teammate. And so like I love good people and happy people and fun people. That's just so great.
Same.
Okay, and so that's like actually kind of the reason that I put my next one too is Hallie. I love Tyrese
He's
Halliburton.
like an honorable mention. I think he's so funny. Like
Me
he cracks
too.
me up.
Well, it's funny. I actually fell in love with Tyrese Halliburton first when he was like on the All-Star stuff. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
I liked watching him. I thought he was fine. I actually shoot like him with my cripple hand, which is really
his
embarrassing.
shot is like the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Thank you. We shoot exactly the same, you little shithead. Thank you so much.
I actually did notice that in one of the films. I was like, oh my God, they do shoot the same.
We
How
shoot the
cute.
exact same. It's so funny. Like we literally have the same shot because my cripple hand. No offense, Tyrese Halliburton. I'm so sorry. But I love his personality. Like during All-Star Week, like when he was doing all the interviews because they did it in Indiana and everything like that. And so he was like the face of it because he's the leader of the team there for All-Star Week, and he's just so fun and so personable, and like I loved his style, and he's just like, everyone always makes fun of his style, but I think that he's got like the goofiest fucking the goofiest style in the entire world.
He's so funny in that video, that TikTok they posted where they all were like, they had Team USA like posing, and LeBron's like this, and then everyone looks so like swaggy, like there was aura. Like, he literally went,
yeah. He's just so cute.
I was
He's
like, oh
so
my gosh,
fun.
you're such a nerd.
I love him. My next one is actually Bismack Biyombo.
Oh.
So random. But the reason that I fell in love with him was because he came back to the NBA for the 2021-2022 season and played for the Phoenix Suns and donated his entire salary to the Democratic Republic of Congo to build a hospital in honor of his father, who died from not like getting correct medical care in the Congo.
Okay, just rip my heart out. Why don't you?
Yeah, his dad passed away, and so he came back to the NBA and he donated his entire salary to build a hospital in Africa.
Okay, I need to rearrange my list.
I know. I'm like literally gonna cry about it. It's
Honorable
so sweet.
HM. Bismack Biyombo.
So he's like one of like my favorite stories. Like just someone that like really is just
selfless.
A good person. Yeah.
Good human being.
That. Yes, he's fantastic. My next one is GP2, Gary Payton II. He's just one of those people that has like such a fun personality as well. Like he's goofy and he's fun, and he like when he plays basketball, he's someone like Steph Curry, like who he plays basketball with joy, and
it's fun to watch.
Yes, he's fun to watch, and he's athletic and he's crazy, and I love him. He's such a good person. He won one of the community service awards 2 years ago. I think their championship season, he won the NBA's like community service award. So he's one of those really good people too that does good with his money and his time.
Yeah.
So love him. And my last one is actually just Derek Lively. Just like we talked about or whatever. I just feel like he's such like a humble presence.
Yeah.
Especially on like a team like the Mavericks, where you do have a lot of really cocky players in Luka and PJ Washington and Kyrie, and like he's like a confident cocky or whatever. And I just feel like he brings such like a calm humbleness around his team, and he's just like, he's there to work hard, and he loves his mom, and his, you know, after his mom passed away and everything like that. I love when people like talk so highly of like the people that they love and the people that have passed, because I think that like it just shows like how genuine like of a person that, like, you are, and how much, you know, that those people meant to you. And he used it to better himself and better his season. And I know that it obviously can't be easy for him not having either parent. And he's the kind of person that like makes lemonade with lemons, and I love him.
Okay, so now we were gonna say hated, but
That's a strong word.
I really do. I hate the word hate. And even though it's a joke, because I joke that I'm a hater, but like, I don't know. Like, I hate it. Saying most hated just sounded awful to me. Hate just sounded like really strong, even though I like.
It was an angry word.
I like to joke like that I'm a hater, but yeah, anyway. So I put most disliked because, anyway. Number one, for people that actually know me, because there was a time when people were guessing my favorite players and a lot of you put LeBron, and I say to that, are you like dumb, an imbecile, an ignoramus?
So many people did guess LeBron for you, huh? Yeah.
I was like, do you know me? I felt hurt that you would ever think
none
that.
of you know me.
So he's number one, baby. I have never liked LeBron. When him and Steph Curry had the the Cavs and the Warriors rivalry, I was always team Steph. Like, I just love Steph so much.
Aren't we all?
Just never. No, there's actually, unfortunately, it's not, even though it should be. But yeah, LeBron just gets on my nerves. I don't like his attitude. I don't like how he basically threw his son like under the bus and was like, he could be on the Lakers team right now. And then his son.
And then he looks like butthole.
Looks like shit. So that really bothered me.
Yep.
So there's just a lot of reasons. And again, this isn't his like ability. He just gets under my skin. I don't like him.
Personalities.
I will literally, and I think I end up, I'll tell another reason that I really don't like him after something he did in the playoffs this year. Okay. Well, he does that a lot. Anyway, and he like is such a whiner. Like, dude, shut up. Like, literally shut up. So also, like, you got your podcast host, like you gave your podcast host a job and then made him draft your son. Like, screw you. Wow.
Tell me how you really feel.
I can go on.
I know you can.
And then, again, to no surprise at all, is Joel Embiid, because there's nothing that pisses me off more than the comparisons of Nikola Jokic and Embiid, because they are not even on the same playing field. That is like comparing me to my 4'11" foot friend Kristen, because I swear to God, they're not the same, and neither are we. After watching the Olympics, like, Joel Embiid had like one good-ish game. Like, I am so sick of Joel Embiid, and I hate people that I feel like he's so secretly dirty. I was so sick of watching things where he accidentally hits people or shoves people or grabs people, and then he's like, I didn't do that. Like, no, again, screw you, Joel Embiid. I'm really getting all my anger out. Oh, it feels so good. So
I'm having so much fun. This is great.
I'm loving this.
I feel good.
Feels really good. Anyway, you suck. And the fact that you came to literally Denver and everyone's like, wow, finally Joel Embiid is going to play in Denver. And then you don't, and then you decide last minute, and then you come out and like start raising your hands when everyone's booing. Like, no, we're booing because you literally have not played in like 6 years. So again, screw you. On to my next. Dylan Brooks, you look like the devil. I don't know what it is. Your staring you are so corny. You literally going on the court, and your pregame ritual is doing this. Like, I don't like you either. You suck.
That's valid.
I dislike you so much. You're such a whiner, and screw you. Next.
So that's good.
SGA, you are an annoying, you are a foul grifter, you are a stat patter. I dislike you so much. I don't care that you went to the University of Kentucky. I wish you never went there. I'm like going all in.
L's down.
L's down. You should have gone to Louisville so I could dislike you even more. I think it's annoying that he's in MVP conversations. I think the best player on the best team is so dumb if you're not impacting the game, and it just pisses me off, because if Jokic were gone for like 5 games, you would immediately know. And I don't think he impacts the game, and I don't think he raises the floor of every single person he plays with.
I could agree with that.
Screw you. Lastly, James Harden. I'm the system.
That's such a good pick.
System of a freaking loser. I hate. And you don't have any rings, baby. Zilch, nada, and you never will, buddy. And then you tried to join a team of literally like the most insane all-stars and think
right in the middle of a rant. That's disrespectful.
I'm going to finish it up before we have to clip this out. And yeah, I think if you are going to come on a team with literally like 4 or 5 all-stars and think you're the best player, you're delusional, and you weren't, and your beard is gross.
Boom.
That's that.
She said, baby. Do you feel better?
Felt so good.
I'm so happy for you.
I'm like never mean to people.
I wonder
so
if
that just
I'll
felt
be.
really nice.
I wonder if I'll be angry about mine
Ooh,
once I
can't
like
wait.
start talking. We'll see.
I fed into it and it felt really good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So like for me, number one is gonna be like, if you know me, you know that I hate this person. Rudy Gobert. So he's my number one.
Honorable mention. He should also be on my list.
Yeah.
I could go on another screaming rant if you'd like me to.
Yeah, I know that I'm like, this sounds so horrible because I'm like, oh, I'm so nice and innocent. When Draymond choked him out, I literally had it as my background on my phone. Like, that was like the craziest thing I've ever done.
Yeah,
it's just something so angry on my phone at all times. And I was so
that.
happy about it because I was like,
As you should.
Yes,
Get it out.
Draymond. I know. I was just like, you know what? If anyone deserves it, it's him. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. But like,
Fair.
I just like, for me, like you punch your own teammate, you start fights with everyone on the court, you complain all the time, you're angry. Like, I don't with that.
Me either.
And like, that's not my vibe. I call him I'm so sorry, moms, both of our moms. I call him a fucking baguette. Every time I'm like angry, I'm like, he's such a fucking
French
baguette.
toast.
Yes, burnt French toast. I can't stand him. He's one of my least favorite players. Not a fan. My next one is Jordan Clarkson, Mr. Square Up. I cannot stand him. That's how he does it every time. He's got like 8 pictures of him doing that.
Stop.
Against different teams, by the way.
Stop.
Like, yeah, different situations. He literally always squares up. He's always ready to fight someone.
I'm going to add a picture if I can find one.
Stop, please do. You have
I
to. Because one of them was against Jonathan Kuminga, and Jonathan Kuminga laughed in his face. It was incredible.
Stop.
It was so good. Yeah, so I can't stand him. I just like, put your hands down. Walk the other way, bestie. Like, you're fine. You don't need to square up with everyone
around.
that talks shit to you on a basketball court. You're in the NBA, okay? My next one is DeMontis Sabonis. And this
good one. That's a good one.
Thank you. This one, I actually really love Kings fans. I have not met a single Kings fan that I don't like so far. All my Kings
I don't
fans.
think I've met anyone that's a Kings fan.
Okay, so I have several like Kings fan friends like on Twitter and stuff like that, and they're all fantastic people. Every like random passing Kings fan that I've met, they're all great. It's like, I'm sorry to all of you, but like I cannot stand him. Like I think it's because like he just looks so angry all the time on the court, and I'm like, you can smile. You're getting paid gajillions of dollars, and
Facts.
yes, and he whines so much, and he's
so much
a stat padder, and I don't like that he stat pads. Like, I'm sorry, but if your team is up by 30 or if you're down by 30 and you're the starting center, sit down. You do not need to.
SGA.
He was trying to keep his double streak going, and they kept putting him in for like the last like few minutes of the game.
Stat patters.
Yes, and so it was just super frustrating for me. I find it so like shameless. Bring back shame.
I say that I say that on Twitter so much. Like, bring back shame. Your team is literally destroying the other team. The third stringers, you're playing with the third string. Get out.
Get out of the game.
You're playing with the G Leaguers so you can get one more rebound.
Yes.
Disgusting. You disgust me.
It's your fault that you didn't get your double when the rest of the starters
I think
were
that's
on
what
the
pisses
court.
me off is that Nikola Jokic like gets his triple doubles without trying.
Yes.
And so I really hate people like that. And they're like, well, they had this many. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, because they were like, I'm getting this record tonight.
Because they made sure that they played 45 minutes in a not important game so that they could get it. So, yeah. I'm not a fan. Sorry, I love you. I love everyone else
I don't
on
love
the
you.
Kings.
You
though.
disgust me.
I'm talking about like the Kings in general.
Oh, okay.
I love the Kings. I don't love DeMontis Sabonis. The rest of the team is great to me.
Same.
My next one is Austin Reeves.
He's so annoying.
I know.
I love this pick. I love your picks.
Thank you. I had to think really hard. I don't hate a lot of people, and so I really had to like go through and think about like who
this
makes
is where
me
I look like the bad
angry.
guy, but a lot of people make me angry and then they're
that's
very
okay.
annoying.
Like for me, like I'm such like a benefit of the doubt person. Like you have to be super annoying for
That's
me
what I'm
to
saying.
like like for me to like
Mine
really
are very
not
valid.
like you. Yes, they are. Yours
Thanks.
are totally valid. I liked your picks.
Okay.
I'm just saying that like for me, like for them to like really bug me, like
Yeah.
you have to really bug me for me to like outwardly be annoyed. And
Mm.
Austin Reeves is just like that to me because like ice in his veins, like he thinks he's him. And like you're a decent role player.
He loves him. He
like,
Austin Reeves loves himself.
He does. I hate
you know, like
it.
I wish I loved myself like Kanye loves Kanye. I wish I loved myself like Austin Reeves loves Austin Reeves.
Literally. Yes, and like in 2022, everyone compared him and Jordan Poole and kept saying that he was better than Jordan Poole. And I'm like, when you are literally the second option in like your third year on a championship winning team, come talk to me. Like,
then we can chat.
then
baby.
we can chat.
Then we can have a little yap about that.
Yeah. Okay. I know I keep talking about Jordan Poole and 2022, but I'm just in love with him. Okay. Let me be. But yeah, I can't stand Austin Reeves. I think he's so cocky and I think he thinks he's really hot shit.
No, he
and like,
thinks
and
he's
I'm
him.
like, yes. And like, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I do think he's a good player.
You
I think
know
he's
his pronouns. He's him.
No.
Dwayne Wade, you weirdo.
No. Like I said, like I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's a good role player for the Lakers. I do not like him as a person.
Me either.
Yeah, I can't stand him. My last one, you'll agree with because you said it too, is Joel Embiid. And like my biggest thing with Joel Embiid, like first of all,
if Joel Embiid has no haters, I'm dead.
stop. Like for me, like I don't like him for like most of the same reasons that you do. I don't like that he gets compared to Nikola Jokic and everything like that. I think that that's just such a stupid comparison because they're just two totally different players.
Jokic would never get 17 free throw attempts in a game. Like,
yes.
probably never has.
And that's actually what I was going to say is that like for me, like when I look at Nikola Jokic, I see a selfless basketball player. I see someone that wants to make his team better and wants to get everyone in his team involved. And that's why I think they all play so much better with him.
Oh yeah. Sidebar. Sorry. Because this applies to SGA and Joel Embiid. Yeah. If you spend half of the game at the free throw line, I automatically dislike you. That is just how it's going to go in my world.
Especially if they're not like valid free throws. Like there are some games, like I think like the game where Steve Kerr talks shit about Nikola Jokic getting like 16 free throws. I know, it pissed everyone
Those were the most free throws he's ever attempted ever in a game.
That's what I was going to say or whatever. That's what I was going to say is that like for someone like Nikola Jokic, like when he gets that many free throws, like you know that like it's got to be a crazy thing. It's not like an average thing for him. Like he averages like 3 to 5 free throws a game.
He's literally had games where he's had like one.
Yes.
The entire Nuggets.
Yes. And so like for me, I'm very big. I love clean basketball. If you watched our Patreon episode, you'll see that I would love to see like certain fouls go away and everything like that. And that's because of shit like that. Like I like to see clean basketball. I like to see basketball being played where you can't foul grift and like make someone
where you
foul
can't like go up and they go oop and then be like, why
and
didn't you call it?
Yes, I hate stuff like that. Like
Same.
It's that's like one of my biggest pet peeves because like that's what I was gonna say about Nikola Jokic versus Joel Embiid is that Nikola Jokic feels like such a selfless player and Joel Embiid is such a selfish player because he knows that he can get himself to the foul line.
Yeah, and like after watching him in the Olympics, it's clear that he is only good if he's allowed to like have the ball every possession under the rim.
Yes, and like you know what he did? Like I saw him. We talked about this. He had like 1 or 2 like games where I was like mad at myself. I was like, ew, why am I not angry watching him play basketball right now?
Still, and like his turnovers and were
they were ridiculous. But yes, like I said, I just think that like they're just 2 totally different players. They have 2 totally different games, and I think that Nikola Jokic is a selfless team player, and I think that Joel Embiid can be good in something like literally just one-on-one because he only plays for himself. And I don't think that he plays for his team. I really liked when like for the 76ers, when like Tyrese Maxey had the ball and like when Joel Embiid wouldn't play because I feel like that's kind of like when their team really played basketball.
Slay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like, I don't like complainers. I don't like people who beg for fouls. Like there's nothing fun to me about a game watching the clock stop every 10 seconds. My
honorable mention is Trae Young.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's one of those.
Yeah. Yep. And
he's
that's
a whiner.
Exact same reason. I just like, I don't like when the game stops every 10 to 20 seconds just because someone wants to pull a foul. Like you don't need to play freaking basketball. You're in the NBA. You know how to play basketball. You know how to play through contact. You don't have to throw yourself on the floor just because someone touched you with their body. Not every.
Yeah.
This is to NBA refs, NBA players. Not every contact is a foul.
No, please bring FIBA rules to the
You're
NBA.
allowed
I'm begging.
You're allowed to
begging for FIBA rules
play
to be.
physical defense without it being a foul.
Yeah.
Certain things are a foul. Hacking, arm smacks, shit like that. Like, yes, those are fouls. Certain reaches, absolutely. But I'm sorry, just because our body, just because we went up together at the same time and our bodies touched, doesn't mean it's a foul.
Amen.
It doesn't mean that you can throw yourself on the floor. So those are mine. I just, they just all bug me. Go team.
Yay. All right. To wrap this baby up, we are going to do our superlatives. And I'm so excited about this segment because it was so fun. And again, I only think Caitlin knows one or two of mine, and I don't really think I know any of hers. So we're going to do rapid fire-ish.
Okay. I love it.
To round it out. Okay.
I love it.
So most likely to dunk on you. I had to do Aaron Gordon.
Love.
If you can see my screensaver. Oh yeah.
It's him posterizing.
And I'm gonna put a bigger version of it on the screen.
Which poster is it?
What?
Which poster is it? Oh, on the Suns? I was just saying which poster of his was it? It's the one against the Suns, right?
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see very well.
Oh no, this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one from the Suns game, right?
Yeah. For Christmas Day, I think. And then there's one of him dunking on Rudy Gobert. So we'll both love it. I'll put
That's
it there.
what I was saying. Which poster was it? They're all my favorite.
Yeah.
His posters are some of my favorites.
I love them.
Him and John Morant and Anthony Edwards have such athletic posters. For me, mine was actually Jonathan Kuminga.
Oh,
because
I was gonna say I thought Ant would have been a good choice.
Ant was gonna be my choice,
Yeah.
but Jonathan Kuminga is so cocky and he's so athletic, and he's got Christian Braun ×2 bunnies. He's got the craziest hops. And he freaking loves dunking on people and everything like that.
I love watching people dunk on people.
Me too. And
unless it's on someone on my team, then I don't.
Truly, yes. And he's so good at it. So that was my pick, and he just does it all the time. So
okay, next is most likely to get a tech for arguing with the refs. I have Bobby Portis.
I love that.
Bobby Portis is he's also a dislike player. He's so annoying.
That.
What
That's
did he?
So
didn't he
random.
Didn't he hit himself in the head with a basketball earlier? He's insane. I think he needs to be checked in 5150 because he literally has done some crazy shit. He's insane, and then his eyes just make him look insane. He scares me. Anyway,
What?
yeah, he never shuts up. He had 10 texts last season.
Wow. I didn't know this. I don't think I paid very much attention to Bobby Portis. That's crazy.
I dislike a lot of the Bucks. Oh my god. I also hate Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, continue.
Stop. I love that. For me, mine was Dylan Brooks.
Oh, okay.
And mine,
that was gonna be mine, but I thought it would be too obvious for me.
Right. Well, for
me,
I was I don't talk about him too much. I used to hate him. And then I just now I'm just you're just annoying. Everyone else,
you're a pest
his
in a bad way.
His antics are no longer I don't know
I just think they're corny.
That's what I'm saying. But NBA players don't lean into them anymore. He doesn't work anyone up. People laugh in his face now because they're dude,
you look like an idiot.
Yeah, you look stupid. And so for me, I just think that he's someone that he likes to egg people on, and he's someone that doesn't shut up. Yeah, and so that would be my pick.
So, best dressed on game day. I have Russell Westbrook. Because I love his style. I kind of did it to what I like. And and I my honorable mention is Rui Hachimura because I like some of his outfits a lot. Yeah, I like his style. I like the clean, kind of streetwear vibes.
Yes.
And then sometimes class it up a little bit. I told her I was going to put Aaron Gordon because I love his outfits and I love the overalls he always wears, but he had one horrible outfit. I think it was the first game of the season, and that knocked him off the list. Ruined it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, you're going to laugh at me. Mine's Jordan Poole. I love his style. Again, it's one of the reasons I started liking him was because he has that fun streetwear style and stuff like that. And his I said one time, I commented on a picture that J Squared posted, who's his photographer, best friend. He posted a picture of Jordan Poole's fashion and stuff like that. And I was I want to play a game called Is It a Fit or is it just Jordan Poole? Like, I need someone that's like not Jordan Poole, like not as like cool and swaggy as him, like that can like pull off a weird outfit like that, to like put on the outfit and see like, does it look the same, or is it just because like you're like a fancy rich person that can pull that off? You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when they say like for certain like girl outfits, like is it a fit or are you just skinny?
Yeah, are you
For
just
me.
skinny model?
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's kind of like how I feel with Jordan Poole, is like, is it a fit? Or like I analyze it a lot. I'm like, do I actually like that? But I don't know. I like his style. I think it's fun.
Most likely to star in a comedy special, I have Emo Jimmy, aka Jimmy Butler.
I love
Jimmy Butler. I think he's hilarious. So I think he's someone who actually would be in a comedy movie.
Totally. I have Draymond Green, because I think that like he's done like a lot of the like commercials and shit like that. And
bits.
he's just like, he's like a really funny shit talker. Like when he wants to be, he can be hilarious. And like on his podcast and stuff like that, like he just like, he can say such funny shit. And I think he'd be like perfect for it.
He would be good. And then I have I was really proud of myself for this one, because I was like, wait, I feel like he actually would. I had most likely to own a tiger. I put Anthony Edwards.
Stop.
I think he's like one of those guys that's like, I have rich people money now. Like, I'm buying a tiger.
I put Giannis.
Wait, that's so good.
Isn't that like a vibe? Like,
That's so funny.
Like Giannis would like, and he'd post all over social media with it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Like
that's so funny.
Yeah, that's my vibe.
Okay, best trash talker. I put Pat Bev. I was gonna put Dylan Brooks because he never shuts up.
Yeah.
But Pat Bev, like literally, even though he's not in the NBA and he's overseas, anyway, like that man does not shut up. Like, and he's so annoying.
Yep.
And he's so little, so it's like so
Stop.
funny because he is. He looks hilarious.
Oh my God, that's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, mine, you're gonna make fun of me, but like this is like satire. Okay, I put Klay Thompson because anytime he wants to trash talk, he just shoves up four.
No, he didn't. Didn't he only do it once and then he was like, that was so cringy? I can't believe
he does it all the time. He does it to people on the bench.
He did do that once. Like he was like, oh, I can't believe I did that after.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, and he kept doing it.
Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know that he was still
like
doing
when
that.
he got ejected during like a game with the Suns, he and Devin Booker were talking shit back and forth. As he was getting ejected, he held up 4 rings to him. He was holding up 4 rings on the bench during another game.
I think it was the Suns game that he
people.
said that. He was like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah. No, he continued doing it. He's done it at like Adam Av's game. That's like a thing that he uses all the time. Is like 4 rings. And he holds it up. He does. Yes. And I'm like, and that's why I just think it's like hilarious because like it's so cringy.
Yeah.
But like he does have 4 rings.
Period.
I don't know. Like it's just, like I said, that was satire, but like it's just funny to me. I love it.
Okay. Best use of social media. I have Tyrese Halliburton after his Olympics post where he said, and I'm going to put a picture of it.
God, yes.
When you ain't do nothing on the group project and you still get an A.
With his gold medal?
Literally thought that was a random account. And then I
Like
saw
a
it was
meme
his,
account.
and I was alone and I wanted to slow clap. Like that was hilarious.
So freaking funny.
Oh, and we both did not put Kevin Durant on purpose because that was too obvious. He is chronically online and we all know it.
Yep. We all know this.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, okay, I think mine is maybe not that great, but I like Steph Curry online after he wins anything big. Like he's just he's so obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't post a lot in between, but when he wins shit, he's always like, I'm never gonna shut up. And he just he has his things and he's just so funny about it and so obnoxious. Saying him and Ant laughing about him showing up 3 days ago in Paris and stuff like that because he played shit the first half of the Olympics. I just I love stuff like that. He's someone that can laugh at himself.
Yeah.
Yes. And I always respect people like that. We know you have bad games. We know
it's
you
okay
can
to
suck
acknowledge
sometimes. Yes. And I just think that he's so fun on social media. You get to see a part of his life, with his golf stuff and his other life and everything like that outside of basketball. So love him.
Best pregame ritual. I don't even know if this is a ritual per se, but I put Russell Westbrook because I just love him dancing on and you always see videos of him dancing before games during warm-ups, and that's my favorite thing ever. I love watching it.
I do too. Okay, and really funny. We're just talk about them all the time. Steph Curry is my favorite pregame ritual.
I was gonna do him and I knew you were gonna do it, so you're welcome.
I love his, and I love his little run to the under the basket camera and everything like that. And he just, I don't know, he's so much fun. And he he does everything with joy, and I like that he does.
All right. The
love happy people.
Last one. Best flopper I have. Again, we did not put Joel Embiid because we all know that one. I have Trae Young.
I knew you were going to say that.
Did you? Trae Young literally pisses me off so much with his flops and his foul grifting. He's a disgusting foul grifter. And I think he literally is like, ugh. And he like literally, you watch him go up and he's like purposefully like hitting someone in the temple to get a foul. And when he doesn't get it, he starts literally crying. So Trae Young, you disgust me.
That's hilarious. Thanks. Okay, mine, I hope you'll respect and enjoy. James Harden.
Love.
I was
between him and
he's
Trae.
like the king of the 3-point flop.
Yeah.
He 3-point flops more than anyone I know, kicks his leg out, falls to the ground. He sells the whole thing. He really does. Like, he's probably like the kind of person that like teaches the young guys how to do it. Like when he does it, he does it all the time. And it's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when 3-point shooters like kick their leg out or like, even just like jump forward. To like try to land on
annoying. I hate it.
I hate it here, so I will go to Secret Gardens in my mind. That was the end, baby. We did it.
Are you done?
Yeah, that was James Harden, best flopper.
And that was, we went, wow, we have no content for this. We have no content for this episode, and now it's been like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
Fun games with Spencer and Caitlin.
Fun times. So thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back for episode 9. We almost have 10 full episodes out.
That's so cute.
So fun. And yeah, next time you're watching us, it will be in Arizona studio. We have some updates in that one, which is so exciting.
New sign, new paint.
Yes, and if you don't already, subscribe because it's very silly. We have like 930 followers of you on Twitter, but only like 500 of you subscribe. Really weird. I think the math is not mathing. I have 7,000 followers. Caitlin has like 10,000 on Twitter, and we have 500 subscribers. That's really weird. That math is just not adding up. So subscribe, follow us on Patreon, follow us on TikTok, follow us on all the socials. We have a link tree now that kind of
I love to yap it up with you guys. Like, if you haven't noticed, like when you guys comment on here, like I really love to see your comments, and like I love to sit here and respond to them.
Comment
and same with on Twitter.
And give us like nice things about us. It literally we literally just sit here and go, oh.
Well, we literally screenshot them and send them to each other all the time.
It's just so fun. So we love. Thank you so much for all the nice comments.
Yes.
And we will.
You guys are like literally the reason that we're still doing this. Yeah. And we're just like so happy doing it because like we're so happy to hear that you guys are enjoying it. So yeah, just like, subscribe, talk to us, love us. We love you.
We're so happy you were here, and we'll see you next week.
Next week, baby.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap,
baby. Sure.